Millions of years ago, the world was a canvas of extremes. Survival was not an achievement. It was a fleeting moment.
Every shadow held a potential threat. Constant, relentless hunt.
For the planet itself was a volatile, unpredictable enemy.
Geological forces, colossal and indifferent, shaped their fragile existence.
Yet, life persisted. In the cracks. In the shadows.
And always, always under threat.
The Mesozoic era. A world defined by colossal predators and environmental upheaval. A constant internal conflict, thirst versus danger.
A victory is often just a deferred defeat.
Yet, not all life was gigantic and violent.
Even the smallest creature had to navigate the reign of giants. Above the chaos, the universe offered a silent, indifferent spectacle.
Under the cover of night, a different world awakened. But the danger was ever present, even from the heavens. Some adapted to the most unforgiving terrain.
Armor and patience were their only defense.
A life of constant vigilance.
In the wet, hot heart of the supercontinent.
Size was often the only true sanctuary.
But for others, intelligence and cooperation were the keys.
A waiting game where the stakes were everything.
The boundaries of life also reached the cold, relentless ocean. The enduring drive to reproduce, even at the highest personal risk.
Constant watch for what lies beneath the surface.
Once the future is secured, escape is the only priority.
A constant game of inches.
Yet, the biggest threats were not always the most obvious.
Unseen, internal threats plagued even the most defended. Disease, born of an ever-changing and toxic environment.
Life was a constant battle, not just for food, but for territory.
Protecting the next generation was the ultimate struggle. Even in momentary calm, the pressure of survival never lifted.
The apex predator's strength lies in its scale, the hunter's in its cunning.
The moment of truth, speed versus mass. Even in victory, there is always a cost.
A costly but necessary defense. For all the danger, moments of peace could be found.
But even in play, caution was the inherent guide. The depths conceal giants. Here, the young navigate a world of silt. The open spaces were moments of high exposure.
A new life begins, born with instincts millennia old.
The first lesson is always the same. Run.
Even where the heat was unbearable, life found a foothold.
Microscopic survivalists, the planet's first and most resilient inhabitants. Exploiting the edges of toxicity.
The warning systems were always activated.
Sometimes, the threat was merely a shadow. Generational knowledge, a quiet inheritance. Competition for resources, an everyday internal war. Evidence of battles lost, a constant reminder of mortality. From the colossal to the microscopic, the cycle of life persists. Even the king of predators must keep moving. Nature's sudden, inescapable resets. Instinct, the saving grace. Life finds a way, even in the smallest, most sheltered spaces.
In numbers there is speed, in speed, safety.
A high-speed dance of life and death.
As the herd splits, the resulting chaos is a calculated maneuver. The swirling mass of bodies and dust is
The cruel efficiency of selection. One sacrifice to save the many.
In the brief moments of safety, life finds its comfort.
The world rages, but for now, they are shielded.
Amid the violent storm, a massive tree was struck by lightning, resulting in a deafening crash as it fell just outside the cave.
A double-edged moment. Danger averted, but a new cage formed.
Not all the challenges were heat and jungle.
A sudden, fatal end to the reign of the warm-blooded.
Future lay with those who could endure the extremes. Massive scale was no defense against the environment's ultimate weapon, cold.
The waiting game. A silent clock ticking beneath the surface.
Every new life is an irresistible target.
The sound of the tap. The ultimate risk. The feigned retreat. Defense of the future. The air itself became the enemy. Even the mightiest struggled for a clean breath. The final, desperate adaptation to live beneath the storm.
Sheer mass was reduced to an immovable object, weathering the storm.
Protected by a simple shelter. Surviving the apocalyptic moment.
The universe had one final, ultimate threat to deliver.
The silence was broken by the loudest sustained boom imaginable, an unholy grinding sound ripping the world apart.
Size meant strength meant nothing to this force. A sudden, world-ending inferno. The sky was falling.
Shelter was now a game of chance.
The long night begins.
Survival reduced to its most basic elements, warmth and proximity.
A world of silence. The end of the giant's reign. A colossal echo of a forgotten age.
The inherent, unyielding drive to find light.
A glimpse of the new world.
First breath of a new beginning.
The age of mammals begins with a whisper.
Under the ruins of the past, the seeds of the future awaken.
A taste of hope.
The healing of a wounded planet.
Life's cycle reasserts itself, unyielding.
Watching the ancient drive, survival at any cost.
The end of a dynasty, the foundation of the next.
Confidence born of perseverance.
The world has been reset. The age of mammals has truly begun. The bond that survived the apocalypse.
Millions of years ago, life survived under constant threat and evolved.